All right, as far as your overall weather forecast, we are looking at the rainfall estimates that we've had for today based on radar. North of I-20, anywhere from let's say a half an inch to around an inch of rainfall, and then south of the I-20 corridor, about a quarter of an inch to a half an inch. And I should say this is over the past 24 hours, so a little bit including last night. But here's a check of what's happening now on our radar, and it's relatively quiet. We can't rule out a sprinkle or two before it's all said and done over the next, let's say, 12 hours or so, but nothing too heavy. Right now, temps are near 50 across the board, and the winds are out of the north and east, and they're relatively light. But we do have a lot of colors on this map indicating wintry alerts that are in place, from winter storm watches to our west, including winter storm warnings. Also, even ice storm warnings for the northern parts of Mississippi. That includes places like Tupelo. All of that is affiliated with a developing area of low pressure. Or should I say an upper level low that will develop an area of low pressure that will impact us. So here's the upper level feature. We're looking at our water vapor imagery. It shows moisture in the mid and upper levels of the atmosphere. You can really see that counterclockwise spin. That's the upper level low. We kind of changed the view here, and that low is going to make its way east. Again, that's the parent system that's going to create a surface low pressure area that's going to lead to the wintry mess for a good portion of the country. So here's that developing low that we will have about Saturday evening. It'll be coming off the coast of Texas. Look at the European forecast model. This red line indicates the freezing line, and we're going to stay south of that through Saturday and on into the Sunday morning time frame. But eventually we're going to tap into that colder air getting below freezing. But the question is, will the moisture catch up to the cold air, or will the cold air catch up to the moisture, so to speak? So here's our high resolution forecast model data. This is starting at Saturday morning at 11 a.m. and it's indicating we're going to have a relatively quiet start with temps above freezing for the most part. By the afternoon, 4 o'clock or so, there could be a brief period of, let's say, freezing rain mixing with some rain, but overall it's just looking like a rainy afternoon and evening for us, with those temps staying above freezing. So no real issues for Saturday. 9 o'clock, more of the same. And as that low comes in, temperatures actually warm up. So we're going to be well above freezing Sunday morning. No issues there outside of just dealing with the rain. But then here's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Temperatures are still above freezing based on this forecast model. And as we look at that potential for icing based on this forecast model, is not really calling for much of anything. Nothing substantial. As we look at the NAM forecast model, it's also calling for not much of anything in terms of anything substantial. European model has the potential for a little bit of icing, but less than 1/10 of an inch for, let's say, parts of Scott County, maybe over into Leake. But the GFS model is a bit more aggressive and has the possibility for about a quarter of an inch anywhere from, let's say, parts of Kemper, parts of Neshoba, parts of Newton, parts of Scott, parts of Smith. So if you're west of 59 or north of I-20, you see the higher probabilities, 30, 40, 50%, that you could have some impactful icing. So the best thing to do is to prepare for those conditions this weekend. Go to the store, make sure you have batteries for flashlights, things of that nature. You have enough food. Make sure your generator works just in case. You want to prepare for the worst. Chances are not 100%, but you have a higher probability compared to the rest of the area. There could be some power outages if things take a turn for the worst, so be prepared. But after all of that, Diamond, look at these numbers. Monday, this is a forecast view. We could have teens to start out, actual temperatures, and with the wind, first alert, it could feel like single digits. That's Monday morning, folks. So make sure you are ready for bitter cold next week. Lows for tonight, though, we can almost appreciate this. We're going to talk in 40s. It's going to be a big difference, though, in just a few days. It's the 10-day forecast at 10. So no surprise, we'll have first alert weather day starting Sunday. And then it will continue through Tuesday morning, because Sunday we're watching the possibility for, again, that freezing rain that could bring some impacts. But then after that, I mean, we're all going to have to deal with the bitter cold. Monday's highs won't even get out of the 30s.
Yeah, and when you mentioned the wind, it could feel like it's in the single digits. So that's going to be very, very, very cold.
Yes.
All right. Well, hopefully everybody's staying bundled up and staying warm. But thank you so much for that, Deidre.
No problem.